Today we have a major announcement. 212 events have been announced for the 2024 season. This may or may not be a big deal, but it definitely could have big ramifications. Let's get into it. All right, so we already basically knew what the Pro Tour Elite Series was going to be. There is definitely some stuff I want to get into in another video regarding just the European Tour, because even that is its own video and there's a lot going on right there. But we already knew European Pro Tour, we already knew the Elite Series, we already knew the majors. So the true announcement here is 212 events, with 183 of those events being A tiers in the US. So why this is important is because there is a major question mark on the Pro Tour. Where do all these A tiers stand? Because we had so many Silver Series last year, and this year it is all kind of up in the air. There is no idea about what all these events are going to be. It's been announced, the Pro Tour has confirmed all of these A tiers, including stuff like the Kansas City Wide Open, the Marshall Lake Open, the Pro-Am side of Throwdown the Mountain. So just a lot of events that we definitely know have been on the Pro Tour as Silver Series, and we still have no idea where this actual qualifying event or Silver Series-esque like event is going to look like. So I'm very interested and kind of bummed out that we still are so close to these events, and if you're a TD, you'd really want to know if these events are going to be part of the Pro Tour. But right now, it is just totally up in the air. And I think it's already been confirmed that the Prince Edward Island course will not be part of the qualifying event series. So I think the majority of all these events will just be in the United States, besides maybe 5 events from the European Tour. So to me, it feels like if pdga is willing to announce all of these A tiers, all the Masters, all the majors, all the amateur championships, why have we not seen anything confirmed for what feels like half of the tour? This is honestly the best part of 2023 for me. All those Silver Series that had so many cool landscapes, so many cool shot shapes, and a great diversity of players, all of that may just be thrown out. And I'm so very confused why that is the case. I know it was probably a lot of work. They definitely didn't probably get a good ROI from that, but it's still blowing my mind because all these events do become just kind of like qualifying events. Then the Calvins, the Pauls, the Rickies will never come to any of these qualifying events, because what's the point? They're obviously going to qualify. The part that made it fun was that it did give you points. It was part of the actual Pro Tour. And if it's just going to be a qualifying event, then who cares? What importance does it have to me as a viewer, to people as a player, to the TDs that are working their butts off? Like, if no one's going to be there and they're not going to generate like any kind of money from it, then why are events like Kansas City Wide Open and other major events still just classified as A tiers when they definitely should be classified as part of the Pro Tour, because they've done more for the sport than probably other events that are on the Pro Tour this year. Like, not to name names, but some of the events in the Texas swing do feel less important than basically anything else on tour. So why are we still focusing so much of our efforts on events like these when there's so much more to disc golf than just the same courses regurgitated again and again and again? Again, like I said in previous video, I love that we have Beaver State Fling coming back. That's awesome. Great to see it. I love that we have Memorial out. Really good. LBC out. Really good. But just removing a couple of courses and bringing back a course that's already been on Pro Tour really is not that exciting. The exciting part from 2023 was all those crazy courses, like the Missoula, Montana course that had the crazy elevation where Evan Scott won. And tournaments like these are what make disc golf so fun as a avid viewer and lover of the sport. So I'm still just so sad to see that we don't have any clarification on this stuff, because to me this is more important than any major, any player signing with Discmania or Discraft. Like, all that stuff is interesting, but to me, what makes it the most interesting is seeing amazing disc golf. And seeing Waco for the 9th time, not interesting. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to definitely enjoy seeing great players play great disc golf. But I really want to see, and I really want to have confirmed all of these events that feel like they've been left by the wayside. And if you're a TD of all these events, you also need to know if these events are going to have the same priority that they had last year. And if you're a player, you also need to know, well, am I going to be going to these events because it's not designated as like part of the Pro Tour. It's just an A tier, and like, sure, I'd like to make a little bit extra money doing A tier, but I'm not going to go out of my way because now it has much lower impact on the Pro Tour, and I will not be able to generate any points. I'm just going to be qualifying for like a tour card or maybe some tour points, but like it's not the same weight. Just so many questions that I'd really like to be answered, and they just still have not been answered. And it feels like the Pro Tour needs to get this squared away like right now, because the 2024 season starts in like February. So to have these questions not answered yet feels like a bit of a sad reality, when I know the Pro Tour has improved so much over the years, and I know that they can continue to improve. But stuff like this, where Jeff Spring and the Pro Tour does not announce important stuff like what the events are going to be played, feels like a bit of a misstep, and it feels like we're not taking these events seriously, even though they were the bedrock of the 2023 season. So with that, what do you guys think? Do you disagree with me 100%? I'd love to hear about it. I know a lot of people just watched Elite Series and Majors, so maybe this is falling on deaf ears. I don't know. But for me, I was loving all those silver events, and I would love to see them continue, even though they're definitely not going to continue in the same manner that they did last year. But with that said, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. I have a lot of stuff coming up. You will not want to miss it. Wild Runs, signing out. Peace.